It's Ritzy Cupcake! Hey everyone! Guess what? I have an exciting announcement to make. After years of being in Lolita fashion, I am happy to announce that I'm finally hosting a meetup! And it gets better. My meetup is going to be at the Ritz Hotel. Ritz's first meetup at the Ritz! How perfect! However, I'm really organized. As soon as the hotel started building in Perth, I was like, I am going to host my meetup at this hotel. And so once it finally was built, sometime late last year, decided 6 months in advance that would be enough time for the hotel to iron out any issues and have everything well in place to be able to host a high tea. So I sent out the invitation to my comm, people responded, had a date finalized, got deposits paid, got money off everyone, had a date, everything sorted, all's going well, and then we have a pandemic. In all seriousness, it is a shitty situation, but we are making the best of it, and we are really lucky in Western Australia that we have managed to handle the pandemic fairly well to be able to now have things open. So I have my meetup next week. Originally it was meant to be last month, so the date just got pushed back, and now we're having the meetup next weekend. And I'm so excited and so nervous because I am so paranoid that there's going to be a second wave, or I'm gonna get sick, or something's gonna happen and it'll all just be a complete mess and get postponed or indefinitely delayed, God knows what. So fingers crossed it all goes well. I've never organized a meetup before, so it's been quite challenging having to organize my first meetup during a pandemic, because obviously the date got pushed back. A couple of people could no longer make the new date, so then I had to try and find people to replace them and then get new money and then refund those people their money. And yeah, it's been a really fun learning process, and I feel like I've learned a lot. I have a lot of respect for people who plan meetups. You guys are doing amazing. It is so, I'm so grateful, because it's so easy to just dress up and rock up and sit there and eat and look pretty, but to go behind the scenes and put all this effort and time into planning an event is really something else. But I'm enjoying it because the Ritz is so fancy. They have to have a big 10-page contract that I had to sign. All that just went out the window because the date got postponed. So the menus, everything was just out of whack. I was back and forth with them, with the hotel a lot by email, sending so many emails, trying to find out what's going on, whether they were open, if we could still hold the day. And the funniest thing is that we had decided, okay, we'll postpone the date to be safe, even though some restrictions had been lifted by the original date. We could have had it, however, there was it's raining, some limits on the amount of people we could have in the room that we booked, because I booked a private room for this function, so we wouldn't be able to socially distance appropriately with the amount of people I have going. So they said it's best to just push the date back and see how restrictions are then. So the funny thing that happened, 2 days before the original date of the high tea, I got an email from the Ritz saying, "Hi, just checking to confirm that you're still on for the high tea this Saturday." And I'm like, holy no, I've told everyone else the date's been pushed back by a month. Everything's all organized with other people for the next month. No one's got their outfits planned or anything. So I just replied saying, okay, no. As per the attached emails previously with her colleagues, the date's been pushed back, so we're not having it this weekend. Please tell me it's still, we've still got the other date sorted. And then she replied back saying, oh, sorry, they hadn't communicated and it's all fine, and that we've got the new date sorted. So that was a little bit of a shock to me. I was a bit like, holy moly, what do I do? But it was fine, it's all smooth now, and it's also all great. So now I've sent through the dietary requirements for everyone. If this goes well, if this meetup goes off without any drama and all goes smoothly, then I think I can plan any meetup after this, because That is probably the most stressful time to be planning a meetup, your first meetup during a pandemic. Not the best, but that's a lot much worse that could happen, so I am counting my blessings. Let's fast forward into the future and see the meetup. And we're here at the Ritz. It's finally here, the day for the high tea. I am so excited and also quite nervous. Let's see how it all goes. As I predicted, we actually did have some drama. So when I got there, the Ritz elevators were not working. So I had to climb up these steps to go up to the top to see the room. And then the meet was actually delayed by around 15 minutes because no one else was able to come to the room. So I was just having a little bit of a freak out in here by myself while recording this. But eventually they ended up getting the lifts to work. Everyone was able to enter the room, but it was not the best start for me, for my meetup. However, it did significantly improve after that. One of the best things about this meetup was all of the included sparkling wine. But of course, we also had tea and coffee. All the dietary requirements were well taken care of. I did end up having to ask them to print out a tea menu for us, as was requested by some of the guests, which I think added a little bit of a nicer touch to things. Alright, thank you all for coming today. It has been a process in the making, but we all managed to get here, and for that we are thankful. I just want to toast for us to be able to enjoy each other's company today. Cheers!
Again. Cheers. Nice.
As if we weren't sweet enough already, after the high tea we had some ice cream! Winter ice cream, because all the sweets! And what is a meetup without some coord shots? Hey everyone! So the meetup seems to have been successful! I am quite pleased with how it turned out. The staff were really good. Everything went quite smoothly aside from the hiccup in the beginning where the lifts were not working. I was just like, oh my god, of course. I knew that something was bound to happen because that is just the way things are. We all ended up having a great time from what I've heard from everyone, so that is really good. The food was good. There was free-flowing champagne and coffee and tea. It's really nice to just have our own private room and have a few hours to ourselves without people coming up to us and asking us for photos and things. I had a great time and I have managed to successfully host a meetup! Yay! Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time!